everyone is still talking about the wings. I can't prove the leading edge slats were down on the wings. That's technically true. However, we do know that the flaps were down on the wings. And the flaps are far more important than the leading edge slats are. So when you configure your wings, yeah, you want the leading edge slats down, you want the flaps down for takeoff. I get that. Leading edge slats will not be enough to keep the plane from getting lift. I don't see the wings as an issue. The wings were not zeroed out. They were not parked. The wings were deployed, as they should. So this has to be a thrust issue. And again, the heat density may have an impact for a simple fact of vapor lock. That's becoming, in my view, the most likely way to look at this. Dual engines going out. One engine going out is one thing, but two engines flaming out or turning to idle or whatever happened simultaneously, that's fuel flow, and fuel flow, there could be many reasons. Well, maybe two or three. Point is, there's more than one reason, and you can't tell me it's the fuel. There's so many sensors, they will pick up any vapors, or they'll pick up any, not vapors. They'll pick up any contaminants, any water in that fuel, and that system will shove that fuel going into that aircraft. So I don't see this as a fuel scenario. Besides that, how are you going to taxi from the gate all on the runway, taxiways, and then get onto the runway? You would have noticed that there's an issue with the fuel. Sensors would have picked it up. It didn't happen that way. So I don't see that. But that kind of heat causing that fuel and those wing tanks to get that hot, vapor lock is a possibility. Water turns to steam. The fuel can turn to vapor. And that vapor, that's not fuel flow. And the pumps can't pump the vapor. They only pump the fuel. I'm not an engineer. However, 2 plus 2 does equal 4 in the Alkebu-lan if you say it. So in this instance, I don't see it as anything other than a fuel issue, and I'm thinking it's potentially vapor lock. Now, obviously, it's not been confirmed, and I can't prove that. We do know that the voice recorder has been found. I have not seen the report yet, and no one has told me that the flight data recorder has been found. So even a few days from now, when they release transcripts or let you hear the relevant segments of the voice recording information, it may or may not reveal anything. The flight data recorder, well, that's going to tell the story. If it's found intact and everything is working, whatever happened in Cusharappasi to that Air India 787 that went down and all those souls were lost, it's going to be found out and bring peace of mind to those who lost loved ones. It'll help to figure out how to correct whatever went wrong if it was mechanical. I'm thinking it may be heat induced. You're talking well over 100 degrees of temperature. It was hot out there. And military aircraft are better dealt with because they deploy to extreme heat and extreme cold areas. This is a commercial craft. They're not hardened like that. It's a reasonable expectation that there will be a long turnaround in between flights to give the engines time to cool down. It's too much to speculate on right now. However, I do say at the end of the day, it's looking more and more to me like it's vapor lock that brought that plane down.